You know, here's the last one. This is kind of why I always look at this, me leaving Ann as an act of God. We were adopting 3 kids. They come from a rock solid family. I think that playing sports when I was younger gave me the foundation for teamwork, being loyal. That's what men learn in sports, loyalty, especially in team atmosphere, in a team atmosphere. I learned from 2 of the best coaches, Mr. Shigeri in grade school and Frank Lenti in high school. But, I left Ann, the judge gave me $4,000. She's clearing $1 million a year, and he gives me $4,000, and she's out spending $32,000. And my lawyer goes, I'm going to put a skirt on my client, Your Honor. I'm going to bring him in here and put a skirt on him. And why doesn't he get, $28,000? Why can't he stay in the house? Why is he completely disrupted? And she gets to do whatever she wants. I took the $4,000, went to California, stayed there for like a year because I was afraid of getting killed. And then I went to Thailand and met my wife. Here's a woman who is just amazing with kids. She's got 3 kids and she is as poor as anybody you have ever met in your life, and as sweet and beautiful in the same fashion. I've never met anybody like that. And the tsunami comes in. Well, I'm in California. I decide to fly back because I miss Maria, and I see all my friends with their wives and their kids at a Christmas party in the penthouse of this building that I'm staying at in San Francisco. So I leave to go see her. I call my mother in Chicago, and I tell her I'm not coming home. I'm going to see Maria in Thailand. So then I land, and I'm calling Maria on the phone. Where are you? She says, I'm in the middle of the island. My father is in the hospital dying. I got to get on a bus in the morning for like 13 hours and go to Bangkok. So I went and stayed in the middle of the island with her. So then in the morning we got up, and I thought, you shouldn't be on a bus for 13 hours thinking about your dad. You need to be on a plane. So I bought her a round trip ticket for probably $250 and gave her another $250 and go, okay, you're going to see your father and I'm going to go to the beach. So then on the way to the beach, I stopped and I bought myself a custom-made wetsuit. They took all the measurements and they were going to make it. You pick out the colors and the thickness of the neoprene, the whole bit, and I walked back to the beach. Oh, I know what's about. I was in a taxi, so he's got my 3 pieces of luggage, or 2 pieces of luggage. So we're going in the block before the beach is where my hotel's at, right on the corner here. And he misses the turn, and because I'm always short-wicked, I'm yelling, you missed the turn, you missed the turn. Well, he's gone, and everybody's running against traffic. I get out, and the wave is coming down the street, and it's peeling all the buildings off, and it's peeling the street up, and it's throwing, and it's just it's like a 12-foot wall of dirt. It looks like dirt, like not dirty water, but like dirt and sand, and it's not a wave. It's the sea has risen up, so the wall is 13 feet high, and it's 2 miles deep. It's the whole ocean has come in, and it's just so. I run into my building, which is right, 50 yards across the street, and run up to the top floor because my hotel room's in the top floor. And the wave comes into the lobby. So now here's everybody that stayed in the hotels, everybody that worked in the hotel lived in the basement. So when the wave came in, it just went in a second. Every building filled up with water in the basement, right? So all these people are with no electricity in the dark, underwater, with flying debris. So they're all dead. And then everybody in any hotel along the coast and maybe on the beach, they're all dead. There's stuff flying through the water. All of the tin from the roofs and the tin for the siding and concrete and tables and glass and chairs and umbrellas and you're a piece of hamburger in the water. So there's people floating everywhere who are stabbed to death by, or chopped in pieces, no arm gone. So now what? Maria's got no way of making an income. There's no place, there's nothing to do here because there's no food on the island. All the 90% of all the food is right along the coast, and it's brought in on a daily basis, and it's destroyed. It's floating in the water. So she's like, I gotta go home and see my father. You know, you won't like it. You don't need to come. You need to go home. So then I thought, well, I'm gonna see this. You know, it's once in a lifetime. And we flew from the island to Bangkok, probably an hour, and then from Bangkok to Chiang Mai, probably an hour and a half, and then from Chiang Mai we got in a truck. Her dad picked us up in a truck, an old beat-up truck. Her dad drove and I sat in the front, no heat, and it was cold out, and then Maria was in the back of the truck, 3 little kids in the back of the truck, Grandma and Grandpa in the back of the truck, Aunt and Uncle in the back of the truck, for an hour and a half, at night. And then her dad lives in a shack. It's 5 feet off the ground, and people eat underneath it, and then it's a 30 by 30, 20 by 30, 20 by 25, tin, rusted tin house. Wooden floor, they sleep up there, everybody sleeps together. So then I thought, wow, let's take the kids. For some reason, we just took the kids. We left in like 3 days, and we flew the kids to Koh Samui, Hawaii of Thailand. Just like paradise. Just like paradise. We rented a house, you know, $500 a month. I rented the house for 6 months. It was a 1-bedroom house. We all slept in, you know, 3 kids slept in the fold-out couch in the front, and we slept in the bedroom. They had a pool, brand new. Nobody lived in the place. 18 houses, and we were the first tenants to move into any of the houses. And I'd walk along the beach every day at like 4:30, 5 o'clock, 5:30 in the morning, and pick up with a plastic bag, with a big garbage bag, and pick up glass and bags and anything that was in the surf. Every day, this surf would get rewashed, and then I'd pick up all the coral from maybe 100 yards out by 300 yards across, put it all in piles, until within like 3 weeks, maybe a month, we had 100 yards by 200 yards of clean, almost level, with little ponding areas. We could play soccer where every stone was gone, and so now the coral is further out and it's all growing. But I picked up 50 bags of glass and paper and rocks and things that people left in the sand. And so here I am with 3 perfect little kids, you know, teaching them how to swim, sending them to a really good school, with the $4 grand that I got from while I was going through my divorce. I ended up with what Anne was trying to sell me: 3 kids and a beautiful wife. I ended up with a woman who was just amazing with kids. That's how I fell in love with her. We'd walk down the street and she'd pick up a little baby, and I would just go, look at that. This woman is absolutely as beautiful as any woman I've ever seen, and her personality makes her one of a kind. The kids get down and pray every morning in the street before they go to school. The boys are the 2 best athletes in the entire district. The 2 best soccer players, 2 best volleyball players, badminton, bocce ball, track. You know, I look at her and I said, your father did an amazing job. So here we are. I'm like, you know, I got bad credit. I've always had bad credit. But it's this AD and bipolar disorder, and okay, I'm not a bad guy. Why did all these things, not just why did they happen, how do you take all of these very intelligent men, 3 judges, and Enrico Mirabelli and Shaun Bersson, and the other lawyers, and they all go around and around and around for 7 years and go, Bob gets nothing. And in the end, a judge is standing there and going, even when it's all over, you go back and you're filing a final plea for adjustment, saying, okay, look at this. Do you think this is right? Is this a level playing field? Is this an even split of the marital estate? In Illinois, it's 50-50. It's not what you contributed. It's the value of the marital estate from assets that were acquired just from the day you're married, the day you get divorced. Those assets. That's it. Split it down the middle. And because she has a greater earning potential and she is purporting to be psychologically in a better state because of these 12 factors that are all equal and supposed to be used as calculations for dividing a marital estate, I should have walked away with 70%. I should have walked away with 50 all day. I should have walked away. That we should have evaluated the marital estate, known exactly what it was valued at. Say, here's what it was valued at. Here's what Bob put into it. It's irrelevant. There's a marital estate and there's no children. And these two people were actually, she was the ringleader in saying they have a rock solid marriage and she's adopting kids. She is actually going to go to an adoption agency and try to convince an agency to give her legal responsibility for 3 innocent little kids who don't speak English with me. And then what? Flush me down a toilet? We're going to allow this sociopath to get away with this? Enrico allows this to happen? He didn't fight for his client. He didn't even represent his client to the best of his ability. He railroaded his client. And he's railroaded other people. And that's scary. It's like, if you can't trust the lawyer who's representing you, it's like, if you can't trust your doctor, is he going to do something during surgery that's not to your benefit? Holy shit. This man is not stupid either. There are a lot of stupid, sloppy, poor-ass lawyers, doctors. I've heard it all. But here's a man who's the head of the law firm. So we can't give him the out of, I'm stupid, I'm careless, I didn't know. Bullshit. He knew every second of the day when he was involved in my case exactly what he was doing. He knew it was crooked. And what was the motivation? We need to stop this man, or he's going to victimize countless other people. And if we don't stop him, then we're saying, okay, this is acceptable in America. We're going to tell people that, because this is going to be on the internet. The results of what happens here is going to be so widespread and be viewed by so many people that we're going to go, okay, this is either allowed, or somebody somewhere, the state's attorney, the ARDC, the judges, the appellate court, other law firms, somebody's going to step in and go, I don't want to be a part of any system like this, or let the public ever think that we allow this behavior in the legal profession.